Welcome back. This is the IBT. I just want to do a quick post-fight reaction of the bout, 10-rounder at a 120-pound catchweight between Srisaket Sor Rungvisai and Amnat Ruenroeng. It was a pretty good fight. I was actually quite satisfied with the actual action and result of the fight. It told me a good amount about both fighters, Rungvisai and Amnat, respectively. The round one, not much happens in the actual round. I guess swing round I edged towards Rungvisai, but Rungvisai seeks to basically start his rhythm, get the fight going, and Amnat dissuades him, stops him from doing that with some nice counters. However, he wasn't quite active enough for my liking, and the body shots that he'd begin there in the beginning, I edged it to Rungvisai, although it could have gone either way. Then we go to the second round, where Amnat does very well to control the range by using his jab, ring generalship, defense, and clean counters to basically stop Sor Rungvisai from getting on the inside or landing any big power shots. So I gave that round to Amnat Ruenroeng. Then in the third round, the fight gets particularly interesting with a clash of heads. Rungvisai basically gets a cut right on his right eyelid, essentially, and it starts to bleed very badly. I gave Amnat that round just because he was pot-shotting well and controlling the pace and the actual geography of the fight in terms of where the fight was happening in the ring. Then round 5, Rungvisai brings some more pressure, volume, overall, the ring general, more aggressive, more effective shots. However, Amnat is still landing some good counters as well as displaying the better defense. By round 6, I have it evened up with the swing round that I gave to Rungvisai on effective aggression and clean punches. However, Amnat, I would say, had better defense and was landing similarly, but not quite as good or as often. So by round 7, this is now the first round where Rungvisai is actually head on the cards. Again, at this point, Amnat was kind of getting tired. He was shelled up the whole round. His already relatively low output dropped even more as Rungvisai brought more punches, more aggression, was a ring general. Overall, it seemed like, Rungvisai has always been a slow starter from what I can recognize, but it seemed like after the layoff, he was maybe rusty. I'm not quite sure, but he was started up to look like the normal Rungvisai we're used to seeing. Then we moved to round 8. I also gave that one to Rungvisai. Real rough, messy round in terms of the entire round was basically phone booth. They were in the clinch working on the inside, and it just looks like Rungvisai has more in the gas tank at this point, and that's because Amnat is 40 years old, right? But Rungvisai had done some great body work earlier in the fight, especially in the 5 through 6 rounds. And that's where you see that kind of paying off at this point. It seems like Amnat's output has greatly diminished since the first 4 rounds. Then in the second to last round, we have his volume. Rungvisai's volume and pace seems like too much for Amnat. He's still landing nice counters, but his combination punching, how much damage he's doing with these punches, walking forward effectively, ring general, I just had to give him that one. And with the last round, it just seemed like Rungvisai was too much at this point. Amnat's output was even lower than before. He was basically gassing late due to a combination, like I said, age as well as the body work he put in earlier. So the fight goes the distance, which I didn't expect. I actually thought this would be a relatively non-competitive fight in favor of Rungvisai, but I'm not impressed, and Rungvisai didn't. He definitely looked like a fighter who was not in the right weight class. They fought at 120 instead of the usual Super Flyweight for Sor Rungvisai, who's basically competed at that division for his entire career. And then Amnat's a natural flyweight, but he looked like the extra weight gave him some more punch resistance, combined with Rungvisai being rusty. Actually a good fight. I was surprised what a good fight Amnat put up against Rungvisai. Looking forward to seeing what these two can produce in the future. I think Amnat's career is going to be coming to an end soon, so this was a nice little performance to kind of, despite him losing, he made it competitive, and Rungvisai is set to fight the winner of Estrada versus Chocolatito. So either way, he secures a trilogy. I hope he can take an interim bout to maybe stay active so we don't see something like this happen again. But yeah, I can't think of anything else right now, and it's pretty late. So, there was the 4th round. That's when things were getting real interesting. I had to actually rewatch the fight to get some more notes, because this is after he'd been cut, and it seemed like in the final moments of the 4th round, he got a good angle on Rungvisai and must have countered him well, because it looks like he had him trouble against the ropes for a second. Not to where I thought they would stop the fight, but possibly take a knee or drop. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but yeah, Amnat Ruenroeng brought a good fight, and Rungvisai overcoming adversity, coming back from being behind on points to get the W. Alright, I think that's going to be it for me. Peace.